So, the essence of this question is about what really causes the manifestation to happen. Because life experience and your teachings have showed me two paths that seem to work together, but sort of are at a paradox. On one hand, you have focus upon what you want. It makes sense. You give thoughts to something, you keep thinking about it, energy is going out, you become a match, and if there's no resistance, it manifests. Okay. On the other hand, we have so many instant manifestations. Things that I want, I might think 10 seconds of. Maybe I'm on an Abe cruise, for example. Oh, a lunch here would be delightful. The sunset here with friends, this sort of thing. And then I let it go. And my inner being sees that and will exceed it often. So then I think, maybe it's just the lack of resistance to something. Maybe it's not about trying to give something energy, because as you've said before on an Abe cruise, we're not the gooser uppers, we're the allower of what's been goosed. So then I think, well, which one is it? Is it give more thought to something that's feeling good? Let's have that premise. Or you want something, it feels good, you let it go, and then that's it.
We really liked your setup here. And we like the logic of it and the accuracy of many of the things that you said. Is it this? Is it this? So we're going to give it to you in a leading edge way because you're ready for this. Because your question is, what causes vibrations to turn to thoughts and thoughts to turn to things? How does this become a manifested experience? Now we're going to say to you that it's science, that it's chemistry, that it's balance of energies. And we're going to make it really simple by saying it's a combination of desire and expectation. It's a combination of step 1, which is asking, and step 3, which is allowing. Asking, life causes you to do that. The allowing part, your beliefs are what you allow. When you believe something, a belief is just a thought you continue to think. So those thoughts that you continue to think are dominant in your vibration. And something that's dominant in your vibration will take precedence over a desire. So when you talked about those things that they're just light things, you want it, but you haven't thought about it much, and so you know you haven't built up any resistance about it, well then that's a slam dunk, isn't it? You want it and therefore it is. But what about those things I really, 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 really want? Well, if you really, 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 really want something, this is the most important statement that you will ever hear from us or from anyone. If you want it enough, it doesn't matter what you believe. If you want it enough, it doesn't matter what you believe. But you're so busy beating the drum of what you believe. This is my belief. This is my belief. This is my belief. That's wrong. Your opinions keep you rooted in beliefs that do not serve you. Now, not all of your opinions. Some of your opinions are about your desires, but you want to figure out what opinions are getting in the way of your desires. Ultimately, everything that you want comes to you, but we don't think that you should have to have what you call the death experience and make your transition into non-physical where there's no resistance before you can receive what's being revealed to you at all times. We think you should be able to have a moment or two like Esther did yesterday and work the bugs out of it because it didn't feel good when there were bugs in it. It didn't feel good. And when you're at the place that Esther is, and you are, where you take responsibility for what happens to you. So you know, there's no question how it came about. It came about because of the content of my thoughts. The chemistry, let's just call it the chemistry of my thoughts. I mixed in a little bit of desire and a little bit of doubt, and I got nothing new. Where I mixed in a whole bunch of desire and a whole bunch of doubt because I've wanted this for a long time, and every time I say I want it, I say, but, I want it, but, I want it, but. Or I blab too much to others around me. I talk too much about what I want, and I say it to doubters who don't believe that I or anybody can have what they want. And so when I'm crowing about what I want, and then they convince me that I'm foolish to even be thinking such things, I yield to them easily because there are a lot more of them than there are of me. And we say, it's chemistry. It's chemistry. You got to mix the components the way you mean to. So we've been telling this story in a little bit easier way to understand by saying to you that every thought you've ever thought still has the potential of being active in your vibration. Every thought that you've ever thought, you are a part of. No matter how long ago you thought it, or about how often you think it. These thoughts have the potential of being active. And it's interesting because it usually is not until something goes not the way you want it, but that's when you activate those thoughts. Oh, hotels are just like that. They just don't have enough staff. You have a whole lot of opinions that support why you don't get every little thing that you want. And we promise you, there is not a more receiver of more good stuff than Esther, but don't give her her internet. And you might as well have just shot her with a gun for a minute. We're being a little dramatic, but not so much, really. It's chemistry. It's like you've got a bag of marbles, and that bag of marbles has every thought you've ever thought in it, but they're not all active, and it's only the active ones that are affecting how you're feeling or what new thoughts are coming to you. It's only what's active that is about who you meet in the elevator and what they say or how they behave or what the traffic pod is like that you find yourself in. Everything is about what's active in your bag of marbles. Well, that seems pretty simple. Esther does every process that we ever offer, and she does it every single day or nearly, because she really cares about tuning herself in order to live what Abraham teaches through her. When something goes wrong, quite often she'll say to the person who's witnessing it, I teach deliberate creation. Would you believe it? She doesn't think that anything should ever go wrong, and we think it's just fine when things don't go exactly the way that she wants them to go, because she gets to tune up what she's offering. How else you going to know? Couldn't take a picture if you didn't have light and absence of it. In other words, the combination of your desires and your beliefs, your desires and expectation is really powerful. Expectations often override your desires. So what you want to do is get your expectations in harmony with your desires, and then things just move so fast for you. And if it's something that is really challenging for you, then stay off it for a while. Don't struggle and try to force yourself to expect something that you're not quite up to speed with. Let the universe give you opportunities, like the universe gave Esther 2 opportunities to refine what she's doing and to respond in a different way and to feel better in advance, and most of all, to get out ahead of things. Why Esther wasn't just resting and relaxing and basking in the beauty of her magnificent hotel room, why she thought she needed to do work, why she thought she needed to do this, why she thought she needed to get out ahead of that, why she thought she needed to leave her cell phone on just in case somebody needs her. Really? When are you going to put your cell phone on Do Not Disturb? When are you going to put the whole world on Do Not Disturb? When are you going to say to yourself, I want to feel good, therefore I would like the whole world to see that for now, not every minute of every day, but for now, I'm on Do Not Disturb. Better said, I'm on aligned with who I am and what I really want. Not that I'm on Do Not Disturb, it's on what do I intend. It's not do not disturb me, it's what do I intend. It's prioritizing what's important to me. But you've brought us to something really important. You've brought us to another place in this discussion of point of attraction. That's the only thing you ever need to know about. What is my point of attraction? And what are you relating your point of attraction to? Oh, we want you to relate your point of attraction to the point of attraction that your inner being has on your behalf. And here is exactly how this works. This is the science. This is the chemistry of how that works. You were non-physical before you came into this physical body, and all of you didn't come. You left a larger part of you, what you might want to call your soul, source, we call it inner being, non-physically focused. But you came into this physical body, and you have a relationship with that non-physical energy. That's what your guidance system is all about. When you focus on anything in your physical world or life, your inner being is focused upon it too. On it too, that thing too. But your inner being is not focused upon it as you are. Your inner being is focused upon it in a state of complete non-resistance. So when you focus in resistance, you can feel the discord. Now you might want to say, well, my inner being isn't living here with me, and my inner being doesn't have an alarm system in a house with stuff that my inner being cares about. And we say, yeah, your inner being cares about everything in your house too. Your inner being is just not guarded. Your inner being is just not just trying to keep anybody away. Your inner being understands it's all about attraction, 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 attraction. An alarm system showing you what you want to keep away from you. Attraction is what your inner being is focused upon. Attracting what you want, attracting what you want. Can't have it both ways. You can't say, let that in and don't let that in. In other words, it's attraction or it's assertion. Which is it, friends? It's attraction. It's attraction. Your point of attraction is what matters, what matters, what matters. It's the only thing that matters. So, your inner being knows what you're asking for. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And that's what your inner being focuses upon. Your inner being is always 100% of the time, and that's all there is. There's not 1,000%. There's only 100%. 100% of the time, your inner being is focused upon what you want and who you are. So you really want to calibrate as best you can by paying attention to how you feel your bag of marbles, which is what's active right now, with your inner being's bag of marbles, which is what's active right now. And your inner being is never out to lunch. Your inner being is never not available to you. You might not be on the same frequency, but your inner being is always available to you.